Hello there. I look like a goth today. So I'm trying to find some kind of a cheerful filter. Hello and welcome. Still look like a goth. I'm gonna be a gothic girl today for you, okay? Hi, welcome. Yeah, like this one. It's bright and nice, right? Hello, 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 hello. Welcome, welcome. My name is Marina. And I'm representing Hi. I'm representing for English speaking audience. So welcome to this channel, welcome to this live, which is about Masleniца. I'm just putting it out there. Hi and welcome. So I bet all our Russian amazing cheerful ladies perfectly aware what Masleniца is. I mean in general. As a holiday. So right now we have a Maslenitsa week in Russia, and for our foreign guests, for the foreigners who might be watching this video, we need to enlighten them about what actually Maslenitsa is. And why do I have 1 second, please? A bit weird. Whatever. So what actually Maslenitsa is, I mean the holiday in Russia, and I mean from Mildichuk's perspective, which is the technique, Maslenitsa, which is something that you need to do in order to pursue something in your life, and something that works actually really, really good. So first of all, for those English speaker who's not from Russia, who's not familiar with Russian culture, I'm pretty sure that not a lot of people in the world knows what Maslenitsa is. So Russian girls who's live right now, help me if I'm missing something. So first of all, Maslenitsa is like a week we have in Russia, which comes right before the fasting season, and we're basically celebrating the spring is coming. And we celebrate it with a lot of pancakes, which actually like crepes, like those really, really thin pancakes, which are Russian pancakes actually. We call them Russian pancakes. Just our thing. They look a little bit like a French crepes. Yes, but they're not. They're more delicious. And we eat them the whole week. So it's all basically all filled with pancakes all over the world, all over the places. So all over the cities and all over the country. Right now I'm in the restaurant actually. I'm pretty sure they have a Maslenitsa menu, which just all the dishes and everything that you have is filled with the crepes, with this Russian pancakes basically. And we have a lot of parades for that. We burn the scarecrows and we'll have a lot of dancing. This this is like old and ancient Russian holiday. And I believe it came from pagans actually. It's like from pagans from long time ago, when we had several gods there and we believed in those. So I think it was more than 1,000 years this celebration goes through for a long time. And we actually have it right now, this week. The final day of it is Sunday, which is like the peak of Maslenitsa. Then we got again, we're celebrating all the dancing, all the festive things, and we eat a lot of crepes, a lot of pancakes, and it's actually really close to the thing that since the spring is coming and we don't have much sun, so we start to celebrate sun's coming, and the crepes have pretty much the same shape as the sun, so we celebrate it and we eat it. We eat sun here in Russia, yes. And and after that we actually have 40 days of fasting before Easter. So that means in Orthodox religion there's 40 days right after Maslenitsa. We got our Easter, our Orthodox Easter. So it kind of differs with the Catholic one. But it's a different story. This is actually, I'm telling what exactly Maslenitsa is. Girls, do you have something to add for the for the explanation of the holiday itself. Because I love Maslenitsa, like, you know, I don't know who doesn't, because it's actually, you can feel the sun, the spring is coming. Yes, it's all here already, and everything, like, all, not even like restaurants, and like everything outside is going on, you know, all this old ancient celebration. You can go some kind of a park and you can see people dressed in as like folk attires, and they have all the celebrations. That's just fantastic. This is phenomenal, seriously, and it creates some certain like really good mood. And now we go to the Maslenitsa, the technique itself. So for those girls who know Mila, you probably know what Maslenitsa technique is. For those of you who don't, you're gonna find out after this video. And if you're English speaker, you probably have no idea what Maslenitsa is, right? So let me enlighten you and show you what it is. From one of the previous videos, we mentioned the story. There's actually several things. If you're living together and you're not married, and there was some questions on how to get married if you live together already, or if you decide that it was a wrong choice to live together and you want to kind of like fix it to maybe split apart, or you want to get married, you want to, you know, some kind of a move it somehow. Or there's another situation when you have something wrong happens in your relationship. I mean, he's deciding that he doesn't love you anymore, or he wants to take a break or something like, you know, nothing crucial happened, like you have some kind of reason to break up, but he's just like, you know, I don't love you anymore or something, like, you know, and he just suggests you that you need to spend some time like apart. You need to split. You need to stop seeing each other, you know. And of course, the first one that I've told is like when you live together already, but everything is too smooth. You're not going towards marriage, and you kind of are like stuck in this situation, right? So, for example, if you moved in together and you feel like it's been like 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, for some people it's 10 years, and you like, okay, I want to actually get married, and we've been together for such a long time, and you ask him, and he's like, okay, like, it's going on really good for me, like, yeah, we don't need to get married, and if you do, like, okay, let's do it sometime later, or like, I don't know, like, you know, when he's actually indecisive in the decision. So there's a really, really nice technique that you can use that actually going to help you tons to solve these situations, those situations. So what does it actually mean? That you fulfill your life with all sorts of events. You just start to live your life to the fullest, you know. You start to do all the hobbies that you want to do. If you live together, it's better for you to actually to maybe even move out to your mother or something. You can just say that, you know, you need to rethink yourself, like, because you told them already that it's important for you to get married. And what you do is you don't get angry whether you left or him left, like, you know, kind of like a split apart a little bit. You didn't have a fight, you didn't go like completely like a bad situation, but you kind of in the middle, in a purgatory, and you don't know what to do. And then you live separately, maybe just by yourself, with your relatives, with your mom, with your sisters, or someone that you can just live for a while, and you start to fill your life with all sorts of events. You start to memorize all the old hobbies that you had, all the old friends that you wanted to see but you haven't. Maybe you want to start to do something new, like anything, like something that's, first of all, it's going to distract you from thinking about him and this situation in general, and second of all, will actually fulfill your life. And the third thing, yes, you do want to show him that you have a really, really colorful and spectacular and really amazing life going on without him, you know, because this is something that might turn him a little bit crazy, but in a good way, you know. it's when you actually when he's actually gonna start to think about some things that he might have not thought before, but it's time to, right? And you just so you start like everything that you find, like, you know, when you have some courses, like, you know, how to make artificial flowers out of clay, or ice rink, or maybe you want to go singing, or you want to go dancing, or you want to go to the some kind of extravagant party or something like that. Maybe a kinky party, if it's allowed in your relationship. If he knows that this is not gonna mean big things for you, right? And you just need to show him as well that you have like all sorts of pleasure in your life, and you actually need to show it to yourself as well, because, you know, if you have one of those situations that he doesn't know if he wants to marry you, or he doesn't know if he loves you in general, and like you kind of are stuck in there, then probably there's a slight possibility that you forgot about all the other like rest things in your life other than him. So you just dedicate yourself to him, and that's it. And that's why he's like really not interested, because you're too much into him. So you need to start to do all this type of things. Do not pretend that you're seeing someone and don't see someone. I mean, this is not a situation when you actually want to go and have dates with other men. Yes, you split apart with your man for a while, and you don't know for which while exactly, but do not do any sorts of affairs other than just having fun with your friends. And don't post some kind of like flowers, like, you know, on Instagram, that you have like presents coming from men or something. Even if you do, don't do that, because this is not the situation when you want to make him jealous. No, like situation is when you actually show him what does he feel without you're not there, like, you know, when you're not next to him. Is he gonna miss you, or how is it gonna turn actually, you know? So when you're actually too busy, what happens, like he calls you and you're like busy, you're in a dance class, right? Then you go somewhere else, like, and he just cannot reach you. He tries to, but he cannot reach you. When he reaches you, he's like, I'm sorry, I'm too busy. I'll call you later. And you don't, you know, you don't call him, you don't text him back. You basically just disappear. He might just like start like nagging and being kind of like, oh, you don't love me, you don't like me, you don't dedicate time to our relationship, you don't work on that, this is so bad, like, you know, I don't like it. So this is kind of a like manipulation to turn you back to him, like, you know, but you live your life, you know, you have everything going on well, and you don't need him actually to feel yourself fulfilled and feel yourself happy with it. So you just go and you just ignore all the things that he says, you know. This might be a little bit annoying for him, that might be pushing you, because you don't know what he's going to behave with this kind of a like, when he's annoyed like this, he will definitely be annoyed, because, you know, it doesn't matter what kind of a attitude he had for you, what kind of feelings he had for you before, but this kind of a treatment is actually annoys all the people. But what it brings him to, he actually does one of two things. Either he just disappears himself, just like, that's it, bye, I'm not there anymore, and he just like has a sigh of relief, like, whew, thank God those relationships finally ended, and my gosh, that was so, like, I'm so happy about that. And this kind of a man that you do not want to have in your life, like, why would you? Because you would never have like a family together, you would never have like something going on close and nice and meaningful together, because he's just not really into you, you know. There's such a movie that called He's Not into you. He's not into you that way, he's not into you that much. That means that he was just using your resources, you know. He's just like, sometimes for men it's not really important what kind of woman is next to him. It's a woman. He has like a really nice treatment, she's kind, she's gives him this warmth and this coziness of the house, she gives him sex, she gives him these vibes and like everything. that he needs. Like, he needs are fulfilled, but it doesn't mean that he actually loves this woman, right? And if you disappear, if you start to do like all the other things in the world that you want to do, and he disappears himself, he starts to look for another woman, or just having time for himself, you know, then that's it. Then basically it's a good thing that he disappeared from your life at this point, because it would be much worse if you, like, I don't know, if you manipulated him into marrying you and he's actually not that really interested. It's like, you know, do you remember the casino effect video? When there's actually was a situation when you were like 20 years of marriage, and basically you got all the resources that you had into this marriage, and he doesn't care. If you would use the Maslenica technique on the first stages, when there's first signs that he's not that really actually interested in you, and he's not interested in getting married and having family with you, then you would cut out the person that you would have this casino effect in your life, right? And you would cut out the person who doesn't care about you much, or maybe even at all. And there's a second type of reaction that men get out of this kind of annoying situation that they receive, is they're actually coming back. Not only they're coming back, and they being really, really attentive. They come back with the rings, you know, when you actually tell them that you want to get married, and then you push the Maslenica technique there. Men usually, just like so many men in Mila's account and Mila's experience, just came with the ring back to the girl just because they understand it. They love her. They like her. They want to be next to her. She's important for them. And it's important, and he's going to do something that is important for her because he wants her next to him. Like, this is like a mutual importance there, right? So yes, he gets annoyed. Like, what is she doing? Why is she, like, you know, he's losing control. What's going on? Where is she? What is she doing? Like, why is she not responding to my calls? I haven't seen her in like 2 weeks. Like, what's going on? We didn't have sex for like I don't know how much time. Okay, it should be not just sex. It should be not just sex. If it's just sex, it's a pretty spooky situation. That's why it should be like rather longer term. Don't come for this, like, you know, oh, it's gonna be fine. I know you just like you want to get married, so let's do like yeah, it's gonna be in the future for sure. I can tell you, I can assure you that we're gonna be together in the future. I mean, we're gonna get married in the future. But no, you just stop doing your Maslenica after you actually receive the concrete proposal. Like, if it was a thing that you wanted to get married and he didn't, then he needs to come with the ring, and you need to set a date, and you actually need to discuss it. And again, you both need to agree on that you both want it. If he still doesn't want it, and Maslenica even didn't help him realize that, but you do want to get married, then it's a big problem there. Because if the man is really interested in a woman, and he actually grabs, yes, let's do like, but I'm not ready to marry you, that actually turns you into reevaluating your values, and you probably don't want to do that. Don't change those things for like a certain man. You can change like smaller things, right? About how, like, your perfume or some kind of minor habits. But if you're really into getting married and your man is just not accepting that, then it's probably a good thing that you throw this Maslenica, because you're actually clear some things up, right? And if it was a situation when he told you, oh, let's just have a break from our relationship, just having just a time for ourselves. I'm not really sure like what's going on, but I think it's just not working, you know. Maybe he got bored. Maybe he met someone else. Maybe, we don't know. But he just wants to have a break with a woman. It happens much more rare than in just a situation that it's perfectly normal for a man just have a normal life. He just doesn't want to get married. But it also happens, right? And then if after a while, when you're actually, he told you like, yeah, let's have a break, and you just go, yeah, yes, as you say, as you want, and you just turn around and you start to live your life, you know, doing all these things. Again, if he doesn't appear, if he's not there, then what do you do with this man? You don't need to be with him. There's plenty of things, and plenty of men, and you're probably gonna meet one on your dance class, or maybe when you go on some kind of a trip by yourself, and you're gonna meet someone, like, right? Why not? So, and if he is actually after that, he's like, okay, I'm not really sure if I love her, but like she has like all this life and everything going on with her, like, what? Why didn't she live this life when I was next to her? You know, when we were together. You know, that's actually gonna fix your mistake, because if it's actually like that, you know, when he's got bored because you're stuck with him really much, he's really like, he gets everything he wants all the time. You're cooking his dinners, you're making his laundries, you're giving him sex, you're giving him fulfilling all the emotions. It's kind of got boring for him, and he like, okay, I lost the sense of, I don't know, this spiciness. This would happen. This is what they call, you know, those women the house hands. Like when you're actually stuck to, they usually say like when a woman has a maternity leave and then start to look after a baby, she turns it into a hen. Well, this all happens when you actually just concentrated on your baby and your husband, and that's it, and you don't put any efforts, and you don't work on yourself, you don't dedicate time for yourself, for all kind of needs that you want, that you're eager to fulfill and make it happen. Maybe some kind of a project, maybe you want to do events, maybe you want to open a business, right? So you're gonna have like a small coffee shop or a big coffee shop, or I don't know, you can do the charity, you can start to go to you can make a speed dating agency, you know, like, who knows, and you're gonna meet someone there. And that's likely as well, right? Then, well, if you lost all of that with him, of course he starts to think that what's going on, this something boring is going on, I want something else, like she's not as she used to be, she's not fun, you know, and the honest man will just say to you, to your face, that he might have lost all the feelings for you. And some men would just start cheating, and you don't want to meet those men. I hope you're not having some kind of a situation like that. If you do, then go to Mila's course and do the course that will high up the dignity of yourself. And it's not, of course, the guarantee against any kind of a bad situations in your life with your man, but it's certainly something that will bring you to the better situations in life and better relationship with your beloved man. So, and if he's just actually believing like, oh my God, she's so exciting, she's having all these things that she goes here, like movies, theaters, like travels, girls, dancing, singing, all this stuff going on with her. You probably want to show it some kind of on the social media platforms somewhere, or make sure that your friends tells them about it. Like he needs to have some kind of a channel, you know, so you put it in there, and he finds out that you have really, really fun and spicy and wonderful life there, right? So, he just started to think like, yeah, I need her back. And then after a while, he might come back to you with some, like, you know, this huge flower bouquet with some presents, again, the rings, or maybe some trips somewhere in Maldives or something. Okay, I want you to be my woman, I cannot live without you. And you're just gonna then you're gonna decide basically if you want it or not. How is it gonna go with you? You know, actually, Mila herself, I think she used this technique two times, and both of them were successful. When they actually, she had like some kind of questionable things with her husband, and using this technique put some kind of really, really nice, how you say, decisions in their relationship. So that solved a lot of things there. Basically, this technique is for you if you have some doubts there. Like, you know, if you're not really you don't really understand what happens in the long term. One really important thing to mention, you should not, I repeat, you should not use this technique in two situations up there. You should not, you should not use this technique other than those two situations. So first, if you live together and you have a long relationship already, but he's not really into marrying you, and he's not sure he wants to marry you, and you think that it's time to decide it because you do want to marry, right? And second reason, if he tells you that he needs to think about it, he needs to go to his men's shelter, having a weekend just with the boys or something, like 2, 3, 4 days or vacation just by himself. Yeah, it's fine, but you're actually, if you have some kind of a you haven't decided which kind of a terms is there, like just splitting apart, not understanding what's going on, then they throw Maslenica. Do not throw the Maslenica if he cheated on you. Do not throw Maslenica if he didn't pick up the phone when you wanted. No Maslenica if he forgot about your birthday. If you have some kind of any different situation, forgot about the person of your mother, your sister, your dog, and your cat, and your fish tank, and I don't know, any kind of even if he forgot your anniversary, like any kind of situation other than those two, doesn't require Maslenica. Maslenica in only two situations. Hi, Lenusia. Hi, I'm from Siberia. I grew up in Moscow, but I'm from Siberia, from Russia, basically. From Russia, where are you from? Hello, Irina Viktorovna. So yeah, that's the really, really important thing, because some girls are just going into passionate state of mind and they're like, okay, I'm gonna throw Maslenica because he didn't pick me up on time, or he canceled our date, or he didn't pick up the groceries and didn't throw out the garbage. No, you don't throw Maslenica on those kind of occasions. What can there be? Kind of a big things there can be. Any kind of a career-related situation. It doesn't matter yours or his. No. Just on those two situations, he tells you that he wants to break it, he doesn't love you anymore, something like that. Or he's feeling too comfortable, like that Mila said, when it's everything comfortable for him, but it's not comfortable for you, and the conversation doesn't work anymore, then you need to go and throw that Maslenica thing. Okay then, so I believe that's basically it for today. It was a short introduction of Maslenica. I hope I explained it good, and you can read more about Maslenica in one of the posts that we got on this page. As usual, all the questions and all the suggestions are welcomed, and I'm wishing you really, really, really good Maslenica week. Have a pancake for Mila, for Maslenica Technique, for me, for your relationship, for everything out there. Get a little bit fat on Maslenica. You need to, because it's just a pancake week. Why wouldn't you?